You ready, Trix? Oh, he on time, on time. I think he waved. I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Well, they let me request you. I think you're going to have to request. Thanks, Ma. No, I don't want to pin the comment, but no. I'm out here looking like Teddy Riley. Hold on. I think if you send me the request, it'll come through. I think it's like so many people had joined at one time. No. You gotta take it off. I can't go live with you. You gotta take it off. My poor friend's so damn private. He's so damn private. You gotta you have some restriction on your Instagram that when I tap your name, it won't let me go live with you. Check your settings. Or you have to send me the request because it's not gonna let me request you. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why, because you're on the computer. But they updated the app. They updated the app. Like, I'm going to show you right now. When I tap on your name, it says hide the live from Trix. It's because you're on a computer. Yeah, it's because you're on a computer. Bye. Mad hot in here. I see you, Bo. I see you. I see you. I see you. Nah, not Teddy Riley vibes. That's not my fault. It's not my fault. He has a restriction on his thing. I'm trying to see if it's anybody else's, but everybody's is, I think it's because he's on his computer.
Yeah.
You would have the mask on.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. Making sure we got no technical difficulties. You gonna keep the mask on the whole time?
No, I'm not. I'm just, you know what I mean?
A mess. A hot mess.
Yo, I thought you could do this shit from your computer.
I don't think you could do it like that anymore. I don't think so. Because they updated the app. They updated the app, so you can't do it like that right now. Sorry, it's mad quiet in here. All right. We started kind of sort of on time. I pinned www.oiabrand.com at the bottom. And I have a number down here to text if you have any questions or comments or anything that you want to ask.
What number is that?
It's a dummy number. What you mean?
Nigga got phones and all that. I gotta watch you.
It's a dummy number. It's a dummy number. It's a dummy number. All right, so we can get started. So this is my friend Trix.
Yeah.
The owner, creative director of OIA Brand. And how long have we been friends? Real friends, not knowing each other. Because we know each other for a while, but how long have we been friends?
Real friends, I would say since, that situation, 2012, I would say, like real friends.
So we've got like 8 years of friendship.
Would you agree?
Yeah, that's about when we got really close. I think I've known you since I was 18.
Yeah, we known each other since we was 18, yep.
I met you at freshman orientation.
Down. It's that OIA wine. It's coming, bro. It's this nigga on it. But yeah, I met you at, we didn't meet at orientation.
Yes, we did.
We met, like, my name is this, okay, I don't remember that.
No, it was like this little... So.
I remember seeing you, and like everybody I was with, we saw you, because we was like, okay, who's that? You know what I mean? And then, a friend of mine in my circle was like, you know what I mean? Nah, she's accounted for type shit, so.
And I don't believe that conversation happened. What happened was, the buzz was, you look like Little Bow Wow.
That has nothing to do with what I'm telling my side.
Somebody said, there's a guy over there that looks like Little Bow Wow. I was like, Little Bow Wow? I said, let me go ahead and see. And so I walked back towards you. And I think everybody was coming from the last party. It was the party after orientation. They gave us a party.
We didn't even get there yet. We're not even there yet. I'm talking about when I first seen you, and my man was like, yo, nah,
That's not the first time you saw me.
I saw you at the party?
No, you talking about you saw me at the party.
No, at the orientation party or some shit? I'm confused.
No, I saw you on the way back when it was raining. I never saw you the whole time. I didn't see you the whole time we was there.
Got you.
So that's why I first met you, but I didn't get a chance to say hi because OG Mitch blocked. Of course, he blocked it.
Got you.
Of course, he blocked it. I was like, oh, what's your name? What's up with you? But, I mean, that was my first time actually meeting you. And then I think we saw each other when campus started. But then, like, me and you never really saw eye to eye like that afterwards.
Right.
You thought I was a shit starter, and I thought you were sneaky.
100%.
You thought I was a shit starter.
I didn't think you was a shit starter. You were a shit starter.
I was?
Should we talk about this story at OC?
Tell a story. Tell a story.
So, just fast forward. After that, what she said, and we're in OC, right? So, my man is talking to her, and I'm talking to her friend. And at the time, I had a girlfriend back at home in Jersey, right? Yeah, but we never really split. It was like, all right, you go to your college, I go to my college, and we'll talk when we talk, whatever. And apparently, my girlfriend at the time, her best friend was fucking roommate to somebody, and y'all was in Blount. Y'all was all talking about, guys and shit, whatever girls talk about. And then my name came up, and then 45 minutes later, I get a thing over the loudspeaker. Hey, Trix, come downstairs. You got guests or company. I'm like, guests or company? So that rubbed me wrong. So I called my niggas. I was like, yo, fellas, let's go downstairs and see what's popping. And we go downstairs, and it's Sister Soldier, aka Simone, with like 6 girls, and the girl, one of her friend that I was talking to. And her friend I was talking to, looked sad and all that. And I kind of, because I saw the other friend, so I kind of put one and one together. And then Simone was like, you ain't going to do that to my friend. Nah, fuck that. This is my friend. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So that's it. We wasn't best of friends yet.
The sad part is that's how you really gonna sit up here and tell this story. You was foul. You was foul. We were supposed to come to that damn dorm and drag you down the motherfucking creek. I came back, that story will never get old. Because by the time I walked up behind my homegirl, she had already turned around and said, "You right." I was like, "Wait a minute, what happened? I missed it. I'm right behind you. I missed it." She was like, "It's over with. It's not even worth it." I was like, "Nah,
It
we're not
wasn't
gonna
worth
beat
it.
him
You
up.
was making it mad extra.
We're not gonna be, because it was foul. You was foul. You know why? Because I thought of us as a collective, and I felt like if one of us go down and be looking kind of like, you know, a little weak, then it's gonna come back on all of us. So I kind of did it for the whole. And she kind of like was like, whatever. I was like, nah, I'm wilding out. We need to fuck him up.
Decide.
I was like, we need to fuck him up. Like, I really thought we was coming to beat you up. That's what I thought. I thought we was going to be like, yeah, bitch, get him, fuck him. And it didn't go down that way. It was very peaceful. We all turned around. I walked back to the room in disbelief. You know what I mean? I was like, I guess this is how this is going to go down. But, I mean, I'm happy.
We was like 17, 18 years old. Everything was new for everybody. Like,
it was the principle. See, the issue was this big, but the principle was large. You know, your girlfriend and my friend was showering together, exchanging hair secrets. It was like the principle was like this big, and then like the issue was minor, because when you think about it as an older person, no, you don't owe anybody that much explanation. Nobody was in a real relationship with anybody. We were in school. But I don't know, something about it felt so weird. I was like, we got to make a statement. We were supposed to make an example out of you, but that went so wrong. It went wrong. We was like, Lady Gang.
Shout out to your friend though. She got common sense.
Nah, I would have fought you. I definitely would have fought you. We would have had a whole ass fight. Like, oh well, call the police on us. But I'm happy that we are where we at now. I'm happy that we all came back together, and I'm happy that you know why I think that way. I just go hard for the people that I care for.
No,
so it don't really matter if it's a boy or a girl. I would feel the same way about you though. But that situation still whacked to me in my mind. I really think it should have went another way, but it definitely didn't go that way. But it's So I wanted to ask you about the OIA brand. Like, where did you come up with the idea? I mean, I know you came from the idea, but I don't think everybody else know where the idea came from.
So OIA came about in 2012. I had to go to jail and do a bid, is what it's called. And during that bid, and actually that's how me and you became close, because the CEO. So before that, you know what I mean, I was a promoter. I was actually one of the biggest promoters out here in B-More. And I was kind of at like the height of my career with the promoting shit. And then that just came out of left field, so I had to sit. But I knew the CEOs in there. So one day the CEO actually called me like, yo, New York, that's what they called me in there. It was like, yo, New York, you got mail. And I wasn't expecting mail from anybody, because I received my mail from the people that I was getting mail from that week. And then I got the mail and it said your name. I was like, Simone. So then I opened it and it was just like heartfelt, and obviously you could relate, you know what I mean, because you got your dad is in jail, so you sprayed the fucking that's how I knew that you had somebody in jail before, because you sprayed the letter. Because when I opened it in my joint, everybody was like, New York, ah damn, that shit smelled good. And I was like, what the hell? Because you know there's no smells in there, you know what I mean, just stink smells. So then when you sprayed your smell, I was like, oh, I mean, when I opened it, I was like, oh, that's love. And then, you know, the shit you wrote. And then ever since then, we became pen pals, and then we just bonded after that. But so while I was in there, the last 3 months of my my situation, I realized that, you know, I was coming out, and I didn't want to just be a regular statistic that, you know, just went in and came out, you know what I mean? Because I to my head, I thought I was totally different. Right. So I was like, all right, I want to make something of it. You know what I mean? I want to make something of this experience that I experienced. So I said I like clothes, I like other things, but I really like clothes. So I want to start possibly a clothing line. But I had no idea what the name was for like a whole month. So every night at dinner, which I never ate, that shit was horrible, the food in there. Me and a few guys, like 4 of us, would be in the back just eating our snacks or eating our shit that, you know, honey buns and whatever shit that we had. And we would just talk while everybody was eating, because you couldn't go back in the cell while everybody was eating. So they was like, yo, what you gonna call it? And I was like, I have no idea. And one day We was just talking casually, and I was just like, yo, you know what? Only in America, because you lose everything and gain it right back even more. And it was like, New York, that's it. That's it. I'm like, what? It was like, only in America. So I was like, oh shit, that shit is dope. So that's how that whole only in America came out. I mean, idea came from.
I remember when you wrote me the letter, you told me that. I mean, I know that you had did the whole Trix and Zeke thing, New York don't love you, New Jersey don't love you thing when we was at school. And I thought that was kind of like correlated with like the parties that you guys was throwing. Like you just have
Right.
merch, you know what I mean, to give it. But I didn't think that you were going to do like a whole brand. Is it like more so of like a lifestyle brand?
Right. So yeah, so you're right. So when I was doing the party shit like undergrad, the 18 and up shit, I realized that we was moving out of, the dudes was moving out of the white tees, the 3X's, the 4X's and shit.
And my white tee.
So I was, again, me, Hunt, and Zeke was talking like we were preparing for a party, coming up with ideas. And then Hunt was like, something about New York, some shit. Like something about, yo, y'all niggas from New York, da da da. And I was like, yo, fuck New York, I'm from Brooklyn. And Zeke was like, oh shit, that shit is dope. So I was like, yo, let's put that on a shirt. So that's how that came about. I put it on a shirt. And then, I played with the I love New York shit. And then New York don't love you. DC don't love you. B-more don't love you. So that shit was, yeah, we did that for like 2-3 months. It was cool, but I wasn't prepared and ready for this, what I'm doing now, which is a lifestyle. That was just like some fun shit, like $10 shirts, $15, just wear it. You wear it, you get in free type shit. Like, so that was that. But this is totally different. This is like a lifestyle. This is, because I feel like everybody have a Only in America story. So I feel like everybody could relate somehow. You know what I mean? Like, whether your moms or your parents is from another country, they came over and they created something only in America. Whether you fucking lost everything, you know what I mean? And then now you doing well, you back on your feet, you know what I mean? It's just like a America concept. So it's doing really well, actually.
So where are you drawing inspiration from for the clothing line? Because you're not just making T-shirts anymore. You're making like jackets. You did the God Was Born in Brooklyn jacket that we saw
Which
on Fast.
I got a dope story with you with that, right? Which I want to say. I mean, I don't know if you got a list of shit, but I'll just jump right in.
No, go ahead.
So with the leather jacket, right? My ex gave me a leather jacket. And then I was going to Atlanta like 2-3 months after that, and I was heading to New York. I used to take the bus up to the A train up in 34th, and I used to do it late, like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. I just feel like that's when it was peaceful. And this one time I was on the train heading to Brooklyn, and this one less fortunate guy, he was a bum and drunk bum, right? He was fucking with me. Like, I had my ear shit on, and then he was like, yo, yeah, hey, can I get your, he was trying to get my attention. So I was like, what's up? And he was like, just random. He was like, where do you think God was born, or where do you think God is from? And me, I was just being an asshole. I was just like, man, God is born in Brooklyn, right? Or God is from Brooklyn. And as I said that, I was like, oh shit, that shit is super dope. Like, and then when I got back, I hit Crystal up, and then I told her about the concept, and then she actually did it on my jacket. Mm-hmm. Then I went to Atlanta, and before I got to get search and all of that, at least 3-4 people stopped me. Like, yo, can I take a picture of that? What is that? Who is that? Like, where can I get that? I landed in Atlanta, same shit. And then we went to a party for Curtis for his birthday, and he asked to rock it, and I was like, sure, I don't care, rock it. And then as he was rocking it, everybody was just looking at it. So after that, it blew up. So fast forward, I got a homegirl, right, named Simone, right? So she's like in the industry, but she's not in the industry. She knows a lot of people in the industry. So I was like, yo, do you think X can give it to Fab, right? She was like, Trix, whatever you want to do, I'm for the team. I will ask. I will try. I was like, yo, that's all I ask, please. So she spoke to X, and his name is not X. I don't know if you want to say his name.
No, I mean, no, we don't. No, we definitely don't have to say his name.
Got you. So she spoke to X, and X was like, yo, that shit is dope. Yeah, I think he'll rock it. She met up with X, gave her the jacket. I didn't hear shit for a while. All of a sudden, I woke up.
No, you got to tell the truth behind that. We waited how many months for the jacket to show up? We thought it was a dub.
I thought because, you know, a time, you know what I mean? But
we
yeah,
the jacket in April.
Like 8 months, like long time. I thought
Definitely.
it was a wrap. So we thought it was a wrap. So I was like, all right. But then randomly, I woke up one day to like mad messages, mad DMs, mad acts. I'm like, yo, who died? Like, what happened? Like, and fucking Fab is right there rocking the jacket. And he added OIA too.
Yep.
Which I don't know how the fuck, because I didn't give no letter with like, yo, this is OIA. That would be nice if it was just like the nigga found it, or X was like, yo, this is this. And ever since then, and then Fab we just built a relationship, and then that's that. So I want to thank you again publicly for throwing that alley.
If that was my only wish that I got, I'm happy that I was able to give that to you, because definitely I thought it was a dub. After I gave the jacket up, I remember waiting like weeks, like, so did you give the jacket?
Right.
Have the jacket? Where is the jacket? Oh, he liked the jacket. You know, people in the industry, they always try to fast talk you. Right. So I was just like, damn, he probably threw that shit in the garbage. I think every other while I was like, yo, I think that nigga I was like, you think Fab threw it in the garbage?
Right, right.
So tell me, I just wanted like to just kind of touch on like your entrepreneurship. Like a lot of people want to jump into doing clothes. A lot of people be like, oh yeah, I want to do a clothing line. Like, what does that take? What does that entail? Because this is your job. You're your own boss. Yeah.
So I would say honestly, I'm for entrepreneur all day. I'm for everybody doing it. Or even if you got a 9-to-5 and doing that on the side, I'm for that shit, because I feel like that's the only way you could get to another level. Like, you know what I mean? Because being at a 9-to-5, you only could go but so far. But my advice, I would say to an entrepreneur that want to start a clothing line specifically, I would say honestly, I would say do your research, right? What I mean by doing your research is like follow my brand or follow anybody brand that you like. Like, you know what I mean? Let's say if it's pink pretty little girls or whatever them shits on Instagram and
Pretty
IG.
Little Thing.
Yeah, Pretty Little Things. Like, follow them, see how they move, see what they, well, not Pretty Little Girl, because they dumped a lot of money in the go around, but like a local, like a me, right? Ask questions, DM, see how many times I post, which I don't post enough. See how many email blasts I do. Start with one shirt. And I'm always, you know what I mean? Everybody got my DM and all that, my Instagram. DM me. Listen, my man Reem held me down to today. I still shout him out. Like,
shout out to Richie Threads.
Shout out to Richie Threads, man. Like, I hit him up and he was like, yo, bro, here go the keys to the kingdom. This is the hat manufacturer. This is a wholesale. This is that. So, yeah, hit me up and I'll be glad to fucking do the same shit back. But I would say that's the way, though. I would definitely say, and I would say don't be scared. There's really nothing to be scared of, because it's like, what the fuck you got to lose? Like, if you fail, you fail, and it's actually good to fail, because you learn. There's this famous quote. I want to fail and fail fast. I forgot who's it by, but you want to fail now while you low and while you don't have the millions. You know what I mean? So you can learn from your mistakes and then grow from there. But I would say just do it. Just jump out the window. You got shit to lose.
I'm gonna ask you this, because like, why didn't you just take a regular 9-to-5 after you graduated from college?
So I honestly don't remember me ever working. Actually, in a text message group, it's you, me, and my ex roommate. He actually reminded us, like, yo, I remember when Trix was selling paintings for 2 weeks. I totally forgot about that. And that wasn't even 9-to-5. That was like commission based. But
right.
I never had a 9-to-5, and I basically owe that to, like, you know, one of my mentors, which is my brother in Jersey. I seen him, even though he was a stockbroker, but when my mom basically was like, yo, you got to go to Jersey, you can't stay in here no more. And then when I went and I seen the life that he lived, that just opened up a whole nother can for me. Like, he had a maid, you know what I mean, who's like an aunt to us. You know what I mean? He had whatever new cars it was. He had the mansion. So I was like, okay, I need that. And I won't stop until I get there. And I used to talk to him, and he was like, yo, 9-to-5, you ain't going to get this working a 9-to-5. Like, you're not. And I was like, all right. And I never had a 9-to-5 that I can remember, honestly, till then. And I'm a hustler, my nigga. Like I would be out. I'm the one that would be, even though I never did it, but I would, if I had to, be outside selling waters. I have no shame about it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when I'm on my PJ and all of that, niggas ain't remember me selling waters outside.
Right.
Me and DOG, which we did on the PJ. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
DOG.
I say that because I mean, I feel like I was there from the beginning. I remember when you started out on a flyer,
right,
with the party, and
right,
I was giving out the flyers, and
right,
everybody was coming to the party because y'all was gonna be there, and then it went from like the flyers to like next thing you know, you guys was doing the parties, and then next thing you know, like you like outvoted the regular promoter that was doing all the parties, and I always knew that you was the one to ask questions.
right. Not only ask
Always
questions,
ask questions.
take it up to the next level, like you said with the parties, right? What we was doing.
Right.
We was doing the parties, and then you was like, all right, we graduated. Now we're gonna do the parties, but we're not gonna just do a regular party. We're gonna bring Little Kim, or we're gonna bring Jim Jones, or we're gonna bring this. You know what I mean? And B-More wasn't used to that. Like Mondays, when we was doing Mondays at evenings, we had Future, we had all the Ravens, we had Danny Kane. Like this is on a Monday. You know what I mean? And I was always telling Zeke, yo, we have to just do it. Like DC was down the block, and we come from New York too, so
Right.
it was like a mixture. Like I want to bring that all to B-More, and we could do that. You know what I mean? Why not? You know what I mean? So that was my elevation.
I feel like y'all brought a little bit of like Howard, DC to Baltimore, because when you would go to a Howard's homecoming, they always had all the celebrities. They had the biggest parties. It was like $200 to get inside of a
right.
homecoming party.
And we could do that, right? But see, and me, you talk about this all the time. We could do that. We got the same connects that they got.
Right.
We got the backing, the funds backing, but Morgan is not helping us, right? Like with the support that I was telling you that fell through because, I mean, thank God anyway because of the fucking COVID, but I was working on some big game-changing shit for Morgan that they never ever seen in Morgan's history, right? My homegirl that's up in Morgan, she's with it, but she got somebody that's up that got to approve it, and they was like, no. So
I don't understand why they do that. If we're willing to do something to bring more attention,
not only
to the
that,
school.
I would give $10,000 back to donation to a scholarship. I even told them, I said, yo, you name the donation amount. Like, you let me know. I'm reasonable. I don't mind breaking even just to give back, just to give everybody something different. I'm fine with it. Good. But they like, no. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to just do my own shit just off campus.
The only person that ever came to the school when we was there to perform was Fat Man School. You know, no one ever came to Fat Man
School. Like, Morgan is supposed to be lit. Like,
nobody else came. No, I can't think of another artist that came except for the concert. The concert was when somebody would come and they would grab.
Yeah,
Fab would come like he went to Morgan.
One year we brought Little Kim that Friday. I even tried to. I spoke to Little Kim camp and I asked them, can I pay extra for her to come on Saturday, right? And they was cool with it. But to do that, I gotta get approved by Morgan Security. Right, which it was like no. I'm like, all right, cool.
Mad roadblocks, a lot of
Little Kim walking on campus would be dope.
I think you know what I think it is, and even though DC is just as bad as Baltimore is, I think it's the city itself. It can't be just Morgan like that. It got to be more of a protection thing because Morgan is right next to the neighborhoods, and there was more neighborhood people on our campus than people that was actually in school.
Simone,
it got to be a security thing.
Howard is in the middle.
But I'm just saying, but I don't know. It got to be something on the lines of that. I don't know. Baltimore is not as rich of a city as DC is.
I think it got to be personal. Them niggas,
you think so?
It doesn't make sense. I'm saying I'll take care of the whole cost. All you got to do is say yes. And they like, no. I'm like, yo, it doesn't make, even with the tailgate that we do, we got to fucking sneak and do it. We gotta get there at 6 o'clock in the morning and buy up all the fucking parking spots to do it. That's the only way we can do this shit.
That's terrible. That's terrible. But so we was talking about your brother. So you was telling me about your brother and like basically when you moved to New Jersey, you know, your older brother basically showed you like a 9 to 5 is not gonna be able to get you what I have here. So you got accustomed to that lifestyle. So would you consider your brother your OG? Like who are your OGs? Who are the men that hold you accountable in your life?
That's a great question. Yes, definitely my brother. He's like a father figure because, you know, Pops wasn't really there. even though he's coming around now, because, you know, my daughter, and, you know, she just met him over the phone the other day, actually. But definitely my brother. In Baltimore, definitely shout out to big homie Sheaf. That's my nigga, son.
I love Sheaf.
Oh my God, you don't understand the stories that the nigga done was like, yo, nah, don't do that. Nah, don't do that. Nah, don't do that. Oh yeah, nah, don't do. You know what I mean? Like he definitely coached me through a lot of fuckery, because, you know, I'm young. I got money now. Not now, but like back then. And he was like, nah, don't do that. And you know what I mean, Sheaf. Even my man Act, the nigga Act that used to DJ before we got there.
Right.
I met him, you know what I mean, and I used to take the train up, and because he was a train conductor, but he used to tell me stories. And one thing that he told me that really stood out, that I would tell to everybody else. He was like, yo, in life, my nigga, all you got to do is just 2 words. And I was like, what's that? He was like, yo, just show up. And I know it sounds mad stupid and simple, but to me, it resonated really, really, really well. I'm like, yo, I fuck with that. Because in life, you just got to show up. Like, just show up. Like, if you're going to say something and do something, just show up and do it. You know what I mean? So that's how I took it and ran with it. But off top, I would say those 3. Then I got Uncle Rudy in Baltimore. There's a couple that, you know what I mean, I just ask questions too and shit. So yeah, I would say like those 4.
So like I asked this question to Mitch last time, and I asked about like accountability amongst men.
Right.
How do you hold your friends accountable of the things that they do?
So
like with every in light of
front, because I could front and I could be honest.
Shut up, yo. I'm saying like in light of, you know, what has happened recently with Duce Palooza, it seemed like Homeboy was really remorseful at first, and then like he got really upset and was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just go ahead and air everybody out. Like, I really got nothing to lose right now, so I'm gonna just basically say all of y'all's lying. If I'm a rapist, y'all some liars, like at the end of the day. And so I feel like a lot of his friends kind of like pull him back a little bit, because not only is it bad, it's getting bad for business.
Right.
It's bad for business. I don't know necessarily if it was because of what he did, and if maybe nobody knew him, would everybody be able to sweep that underneath the rug? But because it's being so highlighted,
right,
you know, it seems like everybody wants to kind of hold him accountable now.
Right. So in that culture, coming from the parties and shit, granted, they're on a large scale, and I actually wanted to do that scale that they was on. But in that culture, like as a friend, let's say if I was his friend and I was on tour with them, and I'm seeing him, you know what I mean? I guess treat girls basically not they like how you're supposed to treat them. You know what I mean? Basically like smutting them out type shit. I would definitely say something, but I'm not your father, right? So I'm not gonna say, yo, you should do this or else. I would say like on the line of, yo, like you know, like the social media, this era is different. Like once one thing come out, it's a wrap for you. You know what I mean? Like something like that. But as far as like my circle and how do I feel about holding accountability, it depends on what, right? Like what do you mean? Like if we go away and somebody is married and he doing this and that, or like what?
Yeah, like something like on the lines of that. Like okay, so you and your friends, you guys go on a guy trip. Homeboy is married, but he's entertaining and flirting with other women. Would you hold him accountable to that? Or would you be like, that's a grown man? I mean, he's doing his own thing. His actions don't reflect me. Like I'm my own person. Right. Because I think that we try to individualize ourselves within our friendship circle, but why would you want to keep company of somebody that's doing something like that? If you don't agree with their moves. Right. If I don't agree with their moves, I think. So how do you keep the friendship part and still kind of respect whatever it is that they're doing?
It's a thin line, because if I don't agree with it, as your friend, I feel like I should have a conversation with you, and that's just like my man last week, my man Law, he had a shirt design. He asked me his honest opinion, and I told him like, yo, this shit is trash, because I respect him, and I respect the fact that he asked me. So to fast forward in a situation like this, if I honestly respected him, his relationship, his girl, I would definitely hold a conversation. But after we had that conversation and he still do it, you see what I'm saying? It's not, yo, remember what I told you last week? Yo, you still doing it. You know what I mean? I'm not that friend, just to be completely honest with you. It's
So
like, yo,
it always seems like men don't want to be the hater of the group. Like, I don't want to hate on that man. If
it's
that's
not
what that
really,
man want to do, that's what he want to do.
really a hater. It's like, you grown. Like, I got to tell you this every time we go outside that, yo, you shouldn't kiss her or something like that and you married. Flirting, I think flirting is all right as long as you don't cross the line. Like, everybody, it's human nature. You know what I mean? Oh, you cute, and that's it. Oh, thank you. All right, and then that's that. But to take it to another level, and we had this conversation, I'm gonna look at you a little like, come on, bro. We just had this
That's
conversation.
what I'm saying. Like, as we're getting a little. We're not. We are really too young to be this old. Honestly, that's the best way to describe how old we are right now. Like, we're just too young to be this old. So, your friends' actions sometimes can kind of get blurred with yours. You know what I mean? So if you're hanging out with your friends that are a little bit like, a little bit crazy, doing things that don't align with what you're doing and with the path that you're going, what do you do? That's
a great question. I honestly just don't go on that trip anymore. Like, it's certain levels, and it's not a disrespect thing. It's just like, yo, we're not really, it's not I'm better than you, you're better than me. It's just your interest and my interest is, it was right here. It was freshman year in college, right?
Right.
I'm not on that no more, my nigga. I got a daughter. Like, I'm on some different shit. Like, I'm trying to get the commas in the account, and that's not gonna get my, you know what I mean? So I personally wouldn't go to the trip. Mind you, I'm not the spokesman for all the men in the world and nothing like that. But
right, this is all opinionated. This is a conversation.
Right. Me personally, if we can't relate, like, we not doing shit together. It just doesn't make sense. Like, if you notice, my trips it'd be like, if I go on a guy trip, it's like 4 or 5 of us max out of my whole entire, you know what I mean, catalog of men that we deal with. And it's not that I don't fuck with them. It's just our levels are different. That's it.
That was the next thing I was going to ask. So, like, where you're at right now in your life with your business is going up, right? It's going up.
Right.
So, like,
thanks to my supporters, though. It's only going up because I got niggas that really fuck with me. And when I say
right,
niggas,
the support is definitely growing.
System is definitely growing, Sammy. Like, when I first came out, and I didn't say this, but I thought, because I was the man in parties and this and that, I thought when I first dropped hats and all, I thought I was gonna sell everything quick as shit, but I didn't. Maybe 3-4 people, and you was probably one of those people to buy. And I was like, oh shit, this shit is like, it's like a reality thing. But as the years go by, you know what I mean, people really have been like, I got $20 here, Trix, let me get that hat. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that, because not that $20 is gonna make me a millionaire, but that $20 I could put 19 back into the company, right, and get 3 hats now, and now 3 people could buy, and then that's how that go on.
So do you think that loyalty can be detrimental?
Absolutely. It can be. It go back to the accountability thing. Yeah, I think it can be. Like, you can really be loyal to a fault that, like, yo, I'm loyal to you, but we on a different wavelength, and it's just not working. You know what I mean?
Do you have survivor's remorse?
What do you think about that?
But, like, about being loyal to being detrimental, I feel like the only person that I could really be loyal to is really myself. You know what I mean? During COVID-19, the quarantine, I've really been in here. Literally, this is day 67.
It was like 93.
Literally, the world has literally just stopped. Like, nothing is really happening. Nobody's really doing anything except for the buttheads that's still doing stuff in their house or whatever the case may be. But I say that to say, sometimes I feel like loyalty is something that the 1% hold over your head to keep you complacent in a certain space. Right. So sometimes people will hold you to that loyalty, like, okay, you're supposed to be loyal to me, but sometimes that loyalty can keep you down. Right. It can bring you down. And it happens with, friends. It happens with family. It happens with a lot of different people, a lot of different things. You be loyal to a job. Right. A job, you're not making no real money here, but you love the people here. You love, a lot of people are afraid to grow. And so a lot of times people will hold you to that loyalty, like, well, you got to be loyal to this, and I was there for you. Like, do you often feel like survivor's remorse because you're one of the few people out of our circle who is becoming really successful on your own? Like, you're going to be like a self-made millionaire. Do you feel survivor's remorse? Right. Do you feel like, how people get into a certain level and everybody around you is not evolving as quickly as you are evolving? Are you starting to feel survivor's remorse?
Say that. That's funny you say that. It's it's a weird situation, right? Because like for my birthday, right? For my birthday, I wanted like, well, for the last 2, 3 birthdays, I went away and I did like stupid big shit. Like me and my man Greg, we went to for the last birthday, we went to LA and shout out to Sal was out there, and we just did it up like Lambos, Ferraris, Lambos, and yes, I want everybody that I fuck with me because the more Lambos, the more Ferraris, the more it's just a dope vibe. But everybody is not in place to get that yet. So yes, I feel, you know what I mean? I feel it's like a gift and a curse because I want my niggas with me, but everybody's just not there yet, and that's totally fine. And so I say that's like a gift and a curse situation.
So this is my question. So when you really get to that point, are you gonna cut me off? Like,
100.
I want to know, like, you gotta outgrow your friendships. Are you taking me with you, or are you gonna cut me off?
Cut you off.
Because everybody can't go.
Right.
No, everybody can't go. So I just want to know, do I have a seat on the train?
100%.
Because you're moving. I see you moving. So I want to know.
100%. And it's not even on some, yo, you not making money, you not on my level. No, it's not on that shit, but it's on some, cause I dap mad niggas up that's hating on the low, and I know that, but you know what I mean? It's just like that. Those people's out of here. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, enough with the daps, my nigga. Like, it's cool. You know what I mean?
Not enough with the daps.
Yeah, enough with those daps.
All right. So I asked you about who are your OGs, who will hold you accountable in your circle. Who my OG?
I asked you that. Yeah, who you look up to or whatever.
My OG is my mom. You know, my mom.
OG.
My mom came to New York, like you said, a hustler. My mom is definitely this is how I describe my parents. My father's a gangster, my mom is a hustler. Like, so those two made me. So my father is definitely a gangster. Like, definitely a gangster. And then my mom is definitely a hustler. Like, she does have this attitude that is magnetic, and she could curse you out. And I don't know, for some reason, people find that to be so comforting that she's cursing. Like, people just seem to gravitate towards her. Like, she's cursing you completely out. Right. You understand what I mean? But they gravitate towards her. And although my father wasn't really there while I was growing up, we did write each other, and a lot of things that he would tell me in his letters, like, he used to say stay woke before stay woke became a trend. He used to say stay woke because nothing comes to a dreamer but sleep.
Right, that's true.
You understand? Like, he's always like hit me with like some one-liner quote.
How long he did?
He did 25. He did 25 years.
Yeah, I can't imagine, my nigga. Like, yes, granted, I wasn't in no sing or nothing like that, right? But I can't imagine doing no more than fucking 3 years. Like, seriously, like, that shit, a toll on your head. Woof.
I think that because of where he was at, because we originally came from Jacksonville, Florida. You know, that's where I'm from. That's where my mom is from. That's where my dad is from.
Wait, you're not from the Bronx?
You know I ain't from the damn Bronx. You know I'm not from the Bronx. I was born in Jacksonville, but I was bred in Harlem. So it's a difference. So that, I think that creates that balance for me. Like, we definitely have Southern traditional values, but we have, like, it's like down south slang with an uptown swing. That's how I feel about it. Like, we definitely sound country from time to time, but we do have, like, upbeat uptown type of swing about us. My mom came up to New York really young, $300 and something in her pocket, with a daughter, around the 80s, during the crack era. You know what I mean? A lot of things that was going on out here. Everybody was hustling. Everybody was making money. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom was around our age when I came to Morgan. You know what I mean? Like, my mom was young, so my mom did what she had to do, and my mom keeps me grounded more so. Now I get what she was saying.
Jessica said that.
Huh?
Jessica said I never knew that. Most people probably thought you was from Harlem. Seriously.
I am from Harlem. I've been in Harlem since I was 1 year old.
Got you.
I have no recollection of Jacksonville other than the summertime. And I didn't go to nobody's school out there. I went to elementary school and everything uptown. Yeah. I went to high school and everything. Yeah. I'm from Harlem. The birth certificate may say something else, but I'm from Harlem. I'm like these immigrants out here. I'm from here. I'm definitely from here.
Right.
So, I mean, that's what keeps me grounded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always say me and my mom grew up together. Thank you, Bo. She is from Harlem. I definitely am from
My
Harlem.
nigga Bo.
So, you know, that's what keeps me grounded. Like my mom, my dad, my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? My grandmother's definitely like, you know, definitely an OG. You know, your mom always reminds me of my grandmother. They grew up in an era where there was like hard work, segregation, all kinds of foolishness was going on. So, you know, that's who holds
Too, son.
me accountable.
You and my homegirl Fox, man. Y'all sent mom something.
Yes, shout out to Rose. Gotta make sure Mama Rose is good in the COVID. She don't need to be outside going to nobody grocery store right now. But yeah, you know, that's just what it is. Like those are your OGs, you know, older aunts. I got uncles. All my uncles are still out here doing whatever they doing out here in the street, whatever. So those are who kind of keep you grounded or whatever, making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do, take care of your baby. When you graduating from school, you know what I mean? When I was in college, you know, make sure you make it. I think I'm the only one who graduated from college. I'm not too sure. I think it's like, maybe like the only female. I'm the only female.
Yo, that's so crazy, son. Because I'm the only out of my friends that graduated college too. And I swear to God, it's the only reason why I did that. Because Simone, I am not a school person at all.
Neither am I.
Highest average I got, I think, was C maybe. It's because the party life. You know what I mean? I had homegirls that was helping me. Like, yo, look, let me in. I'll do this paper.
I wish we was closer back then because I was struggling in school. Do you hear me? Struggling.
Yo, school is bullshit. That's for another time, though. Shout out to the teachers out there, though. But
I killed everybody. I killed everybody every semester. Somebody was dead. I was like, oh, I didn't come to school because somebody died. I didn't come to school because this, that, and the third happened. I didn't do this because this, that, and the third happened.
Yeah, nah, school I think is bullshit. But the experience I got at Morgan, I wouldn't fucking trade that for anything in the world. My friends that I made, it was just lit.
I think we paid for the experience. I wouldn't have got that.
I don't want to pay $400,000 for no club experience. I'm good.
But I think we needed that because how many of us was ready to grow up? I wasn't ready to grow up to get 18 years old. What you was gonna do? At 18, where was you gonna go? You didn't want to work for nobody.
That you fucking inherit in college is unbearable. I
think I did okay. I was having meltdowns every now and again. Like I was out there by myself. I didn't really have anybody really. I didn't have no real family or friends. I basically just had whoever I met at the time. I mean, but what was I really gonna do? After I got my high school diploma, it was like, what's the next step? What you gonna do? You gonna work at the Gap? You gonna stay home? You gonna go to City College? You gonna drop out? You gonna go back the next semester? I had to do it straight. If I didn't do it straight, I wasn't gonna finish.
Right.
I get sidetracked. I would have left. I would have never finished school. I can't believe you graduated before me.
I graduated. Oh wait, I thought you graduated.
You graduated before I did.
Yo, my nigga, shout out to my homegirls out there.
China said you have a PhD. She said 400K. My nigga, you got a PhD.
It wasn't 400K.
China, mind your business. Mind your business, China. Mind your business.
Right. I'm in debt maybe like Yo, honestly, I pay Sally Mae in like.
Bruh, be quiet. Nobody paid them, and they're not gonna get paid. Not right now. We're in COVID. Can't go to work. Can't make payments.
Right. Hashtag fuck Sally Mae.
Man, Sally Mae not even Sally Mae anymore. All right, so let me go ahead and go into the next little topic. I hope it don't cut off. I hope not. So I do have some questions, but I'm gonna wait till the last thing. Okay. So would you agree that we are in the era of consent, right?
100%.
Okay, so have you ever asked your partner for consent even though you guys are already familiar with each other?
100% not.
I was saying, oh, okay. What do you mean 100% not? Why don't you ask
my partner for consent?
Like even though we're together, like we're together, but why? Like, do you ever just say like, is it okay if I touch you right here?
No, if we're together and we already did that already.
Yeah, because just because you love me and we're together doesn't mean I have to be affectionate to you at this moment.
You don't. You can say stop and no, but who the fuck?
But why would you ask for consent?
This is if I don't know you and we just like, hey, how you doing?
Why is consent only to strangers?
This nigga trying to jam me up. Let me think about this.
I'm not trying to jam you.
I'm answering too fast. It's this. Hold on. Let me relax.
I'm tired of Fred. Are we doing this? I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more specific. Not are we doing? That's not a turn. That's a turn off. To ask for consent.
It is. Shout out to Jen. It really is. We already doing it, and then we talking, and hey, baby, you mind if I?
So
you know what I mean?
you can't ask this. You don't know. Okay.
Simone,
you don't know how to ask for consent.
You in your crib with your peoples, and yeah, you know what I mean, y'all vibing and all that, and you know he about. But before he kiss you, he said, "Hey, you mind if I kiss you?" How old are we?
Well, sir, don't say it like we inside of a bar somewhere. You're giving me a business card, but like, listen, is it all right? Like, you can't ask me that. You don't know how to say, "Yo, is it all right?" Like, okay, for example, you go to a strip club, right? Consent makes no sense after you already gave it up. No, it does. It does make sense.
It don't.
It does. You can ask for consent sexy. Is it okay if I touch your shirt there? Simone, you gotta chill. I'm not gonna chill.
Simone, that's not realistic,
after
baby.
5 times you already did it. See, this is the problem. See, the problem not me. Look at the problem. The problem's in the comment section. There are times where you are
normal. Everybody's acting normal. So
I said familiar.
We go on a vacation. We go to Mexico. We go to Jamaica, and we on vacation. And we're on vacation, and we obviously did what we did. We just went on a vacation. So on the vacation, we're having a good time. She's drunk. I'm tipsy. You're telling me before I put the condom on, I need to ask, hey, do you mind if I put the condom on? That's not realistic, Sammy. You know that. Cut it out.
I'm not saying that's the reason. It needs to be a little bit more realistic. I'm just saying you're familiar with somebody, so because you kind of know me, and we're sitting here and I'm drinking with you and I'm tipsy, I'm supposed to just go ahead and be like, well, I know why we here. We really doing this? I'm gonna just be like, well, you know what? Let me just go ahead and just get this up. You can't ask me.
That's crazy, son.
I'm just saying, like, you can't ask because just because you love me and I care, women don't have to ask. You know what? Let me tell you something. That's getting blurry. That's getting definitely blurry because there's a lot of times that there are women who are in situations that don't feel as comfortable to open their mouth and tell their partner, I'm all right. Yes, I came here for a nightcap. What's your definition of a nightcap?
Did we been here before, or this is like this is after the club? This is new. What? Like, talk to me.
My mom said, "Ask me, ask me."
Down to the OG in the building.
My mother said, "Ask me."
Now,
what's your definition of a nightcap?
Hold on. If we never did nothing before, that's 100% right. Yeah. Look. I'm here. We having a good time. You know what I mean? I want to take it to another level. Are you with it? That's especially in today's day. Absolutely. But Simone, if we've been on thousands of dates, not thousands, we've been on 4 dates. And you're vibing, I'm vibing. I can read signs like you could read signs like it's either, oh, she don't want it, she's on her period, or she's not feeling it, or she wants it. No?
So you feel okay, so you just so basically you're just feeling entitled to the person that you with because you guys are familiar with each other. That's what I'm asking. I'm just asking. I'm trying because you gotta have a broader conversation because this goes down to the whole Cristal situation. If you ask for consent, he was familiar with all of these women. He was familiar as hell with all of these women. Remember, he was showing homegirl with the video talking about, oh yeah, I like that song, Jada, blah, blah, blah. Not to put her name out there. All of that. And so then when she got with him, it was like, she know what's up. She know what's up. Chemistry works. Nah, it's chemistry. Y'all is wow. Y'all is wow.
So you never had chemistry with a guy and the guy had to ask? Or, yeah, so you never had chemistry and you never had chemistry with a guy that...
Okay. I say it's okay if we have sex. It's all right. I let him know it's okay. I consent the sex, even if he don't ask for us to have sex. I consent it.
So as he's kissing your neck and all that, you say, hey, it's okay to have sex?
No, like if he goes ahead and puts on his pants, I look at him, I say, like, are you okay? Do you really want to do this right now? Yeah. So I have to ask, can I please have some poom poom?
Right.
Should. I'm not asking, but I'm going to be
if you don't know, right.
You know what's real funny to me? You know what I really find to be funny? Men don't know how to read your mind any other motherfucking time until it's time to have sex. Niggas don't know what the fuck you thinking about any other motherfucking time until it's time to have sex. Now all of a sudden you became a mind reader and now you're reading my vibes. When I walk in here with a fucking attitude, you don't know what the fuck is going on. You're not reading that vibe, but now you're gonna read my body language. You're gonna read my vibes now.
That's a good point.
You don't get what I can come in here, slam the fucking door, and fucking walk to the back of the room, and then you'll be like,
had a bad day. You could have had a bad day. You guys throw a lot of mixed signals out there.
So why would you read my body language? Because
we're drinking, we're having a good vibe. The chemistry is there. I'm sure you're not thinking about history class back in college.
So because did my mom say facts? I'm gonna get my mother out of here. My mother said no. I'm just saying nobody. Now I mean I'm reading the vibes. I'm looking at her eyes. I mean she want me, but you can't read my mind any other time. You don't know what I want no other time. No other time do you know what it is that I want. But now, because I'm sitting over here drinking, I might just like to come over here because you got the good shit. And I got the cheap shit at my house. I just came to drink up your wine and go home.
So you should say that then. You should say that.
Hey, but I gotta say it.
Not. You should say that. Hey, I'm coming over to drink your good shit.
Drink your wine. Oh, so I gotta say that, but you can't tell me that you just want to have sex.
You don't have to. You should. You should say, yo, listen, I'm coming over.
You should ask for consent. But I should tell you that I'm coming to drink your wine and watch your TV. You see how this is working here?
That's crazy. That's why the men and Mars and all that shit is crazy.
That's not because y'all pick and choose when y'all want to think and not think. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, why would you? Oh, I'm reading the signs. Her body language is saying this. But you ain't see my body language when I came in here and slammed the door, right? You ain't read that shit. You just turned your blind eye, huh?
Could have slammed it by accident. I don't know, man.
You got a lot of excuses. Yo, shut up. So let me ask you this. So, since we're talking about sex, do you think that sex brings you closer to a person?
Before I answer, do we got time? Should we stop and go again?
I don't know. I got a minute. Hang up and come back. Come back. It said a minute. Wow, the time is working on here. And then I'm come back.
All right.